Hi. So I don't have to tell you about the changes in the partner agreement with YouTube and the fact that us micro influencers, people who have under 100 subscribers, or people who haven't reached that threshold of 4,000 watch hours are going to be losing our partnership and our monetization. So that means a lot of things, I think, for all of us, is that we're just not going to be making money from our platform and from our channels. And I wanted to make this video and take some time and really process the information so that I had a chance to, number one, consult with all of my clients who are using YouTube, who some of them this affected, and to also think about how this fits into the strategy for people who do work with me one-on-one and how it will affect them moving forward. And I thought, you know what, now is a great time for me to make a video for you, the people who are subscribed to my channel, because we are small, but we are mighty. And I wanted to take some time and, number one, say thank you for subscribing to my channel, and also to give you some information about what I plan to do moving forward with this channel and with your subscription. So I'm not going to add a bunch of edits or anything here. I'm just going to talk directly to you about what this means for micro influencers, why I think YouTube did this, and how this is a good thing moving forward from now, right? The first thing is that I am going to be keeping this channel. Number one, because of the fact that I created this channel not to make money from YouTube. I mean, we're small but mighty, and that small size means that I've never been paid from YouTube for this channel. So losing the monetization doesn't affect me or my business, but it does affect, I would think, your ego a little bit, because to get that notification, you feel like, wow, you know, I'm not as important to YouTube as some other people who are using the platform. And that's not necessarily true, because I can also remember a time, because remember, I've been doing this whole marketing thing for quite a while. So I remember being on the other side in corporate America and looking for influencers to partner with and to work with, and I can distinctly remember a time when YouTube didn't pay anything. You know, you created your channel and your content because you enjoyed what it is that you were focusing on. It really had nothing to do with how much money you were making. And being able to get monetization was really a positive, right? It was a surprise and a plus. Just like this activity feels like a surprise, and it feels like you're being fired from a job that never paid that great to begin with. So here's the first thing. Being a part of being monetized is one thing, but the other part of this this upgrade, this notice, is all the features, and everyone was really afraid that we're going to lose a lot of features. So I can tell you with solid understanding that we're not going to lose our custom thumbnails. We're not going to lose being able to connect to our featured URLs. You're not going to lose your features when it comes to the end cards or your iCards or any of that. None of that stuff is going away. So I think that's really important to be aware of, because even my own clients were really concerned about the features that you're going to lose, and those aren't any of them. So we can all chill about that, right? So the other thing is that, you know, why would YouTube do this? Does it have to do with the very, very much publicized activities that are going on with some of the top influencers, putting things on YouTube that have to do with death, that have to do with dead bodies, that have to do with content that advertisers don't want to pay for? So you all know that I'm subscribed to this channel, that I worked in corporate America, that a lot of my time was spent connecting and working with influencers to be able to advertise goods and products for my clients. And that came about, you know, customers, corporate companies, businesses like yours, businesses like mine, we want to know that when we're putting our money out there on YouTube or we're paying for advertising, that we're not being associated with things that don't align with our brand. And I think that YouTube really just created a monster and didn't have any way of controlling it. So this is their way of controlling it, because you may or may not know that there are a number of different bots that are on YouTube, and they create channels and they steal information from more popular channels and they put it up, and YouTube just can't keep up with bots. They can't keep up with people who are taking advantage of all of you, all the viewership they're on there. And also it is affecting the content that's on YouTube and all the algorithms and the SEO, meaning your search engine optimization, where those videos that are relevant show up. So YouTube or somebody at YouTube got hit to the game and realized that if a video has solid content, then people will continue to watch it for longer. So that shows you inside of the program them making the decision that not only do you have to have the subscribers, but you also have to have the watch time. Now, I fall into the category where I definitely have the watch time, but I don't have the subscribers. And that's something that I'll just have to come to terms with. And I'm completely okay with that because, again, I didn't start this YouTube channel so that I can make money from YouTube. If you would like to know, and you can look at my channel to see, the reason why I started using YouTube regularly is because when I was working for a Coldwell Banker, I hosted the Wisdom Wednesday. And Wisdom Wednesday was a time every Wednesday where agents were able to come into the office and learn more about how to be successful as a realtor. Because real estate is one of these industries that I know everyone hears about, you're making all this money, and even our own president has made a substantial income because of real estate, and a lot of people do. But you should know that the average realtor really makes, at the end of the day, between $50,000 to $60,000 a year. Now, when you consider that you're making $50,000 to $60,000 a year, but you have the potential of raking in 7 and 8 figures in a year, what's the difference in the motivation? What's the difference in the way that you're attacking the industry and moving forward? And I realized, mostly because it was a part of my job every day, was that there were realtors who went through the course. And in Florida, you should know also that to become a realtor is a matter of completing a 40-hour course. So if you completed that 40-hour course, you can technically go from not having any credentials to selling $1 million house the next day. And that's a fact that it can happen that way, but it typically does not. And the key difference between those people who are reaching those benchmarks and having that high success is sales training and understanding marketing and understanding what it is that buyers and sellers are looking for from you as their real estate professional. So that's what I focused on every Wisdom Wednesday. And I did that in person in my office with my agents. And what would happen was that I knew that I needed to let the agents know that I was having Wisdom Wednesday, what office it was going to be in, and typically it was around about 10:30 or 11 o'clock, but every now and again it needed to be in the afternoon just for scheduling. So I started to email the agents and let them know when Wisdom Wednesday was happening. So in the email, I was looking at the algorithm, as I do. I pay attention to data, and I realized that my agents were opening it, and some of them were reading it and some of them weren't. So how did I know that they were reading the email and they weren't reading the email? Well, I knew that because of the questions that I was getting in reply to the email. So in South Florida, real estate is the #1 industry in this area. So definitely the company I work for was not the only game in town, but just in the company I work for, there were over 4,200 agents. Yeah. 4,200. So that means that when I would send that email back, you can guess how many replies I would get, questions about what was happening on Wisdom Wednesday. So I thought about it and I said, I already know that video works really great on social media. So you know what I'm going to do so that the agents can kind of get a nice condensed information about what I was going to be talking about that day in person or that following week is I'll just make a video. So that's how I started my YouTube channel. See, I only wanted to reach less than 5,000 people. I had no intentions of growing the platform or growing the channel beyond the closed group of people that I was intended to work with anyway. So I made the video without any metadata, without any tags, without any clever titles or anything, because the only reason I made the video was so that I could plug it into an email that I was going to be sending to my agents. So what happened was other people started to see this, and I thought, there are other people who need the same information, whether they're with my company or not. And going through that process is why I decided to open up my channel and start to take it more seriously. And what happened was when I stepped away, or not stepped away from real estate, because I still do have a lot of clients that are in real estate, but when I decided to apply the normal strategies that are used in real estate sales to other businesses, that's when I realized that, wow, this information and this technique and this behavior is transferable. So I transferred the sales techniques and the strategies that are used in real estate to other industries. And now people who work with me closely are looking for that same information. So all that to say, this channel is not about trying to become huge, but it is very much about having quality content for you guys who are subscribed here, and I really appreciate it. And you guys give me feedback. You email me, and sometimes I see you guys out in Miami at different events when I'm hosting events for myself or for my clients, and I really appreciate that you all are giving me feedback about what it is that we are doing here, because this isn't one-sided. I only create content based on what you all are looking for. So that brings me to another area of why this program change, this 44,000 hours and this 1,000 subscribers is not a bad thing, and it's something to just be mindful of and prepare for. Many influencers do not make the bulk of their income from YouTube. Yes, there are channels that have like 400 videos, and each one of those videos is over 20 minutes, and they're getting their watch time and they're getting that monetization, and they're happy to collect that check. But you should know that a lot of influencers do not make their money from YouTube. They're making their money, like I do, outside of YouTube, by working with clients, by providing a service, by having an e-commerce store, by having partnerships. There's different platforms like Patreon. There's all different things that bring money in for influencers, because I do have public figures that are my clients, and you should know that the sponsorships that they get, speaking engagements that they get, clients that they get, have nothing to do with that YouTube monetization. And these are people who are not micro influencers like you and me. These are people who do have significant followings, and still the income that they have from YouTube is not enough for them to live off of. I mean, we have great influencers like Lily Sings, who, she has an entire situation going on, like writing books, having tours, having products, partnership with like MAC and different cosmetic companies, and all of those things supplement YouTube. So YouTube is there for you to get your exposure out there, but it isn't and shouldn't be the number one place where you're making money. In fact, a lot of people who work with me seek me out because we look at different ways for you to be able to make money, not only using social media, but also enhancing the exposure so that you can have a viable business that can really sustain and can grow and thrive and flourish. So that's the next thing to consider. Then it's to think about, you have a great opportunity now if you commit to staying active on social media, on YouTube, with this platform or any other, of being really the go-to person in your industry, because people who are not here for the right reasons are really going to dissipate. They're going to walk away. They're not going to stay consistent, and they're not going to think about the quality of their content, because their content never had any quality anyway. It was just clickbait to try and get their views up, or to get that one little view so that they could get a check at the end of the day. And that wasn't going to work anyway. It wasn't going to stay for the long haul. And I think that this YouTube channel, like many things in business or really in life, is that if you're not going to put 100% effort into it, if you're not going to stick with it, if you're not going to give it the respect that it deserves, then why start? Why start? That time can be spent doing a million other things that you can enjoy and grow and nurture. So it doesn't really matter. Like, why start something that you have no intention of continuing on and doing well? The last thing that I wanted to talk about with this channel, and to all of you guys who are following me and subscribe to this channel, is, when you see something that you like, comment, let me know, hit that thumbs up button, and share it with other people that you think will find it useful, because my commitment to this channel is what is going to be sustained. I do have a commitment to continue to put content out there, because for me it is a part of a bigger picture, because I want more people to be able to use these resources, really, through social media, through digital advertising and marketing, to grow their business. Just because it's there So why not use it? And it's really has the best ROI for many businesses when it compared to print marketing, compared to trying to put something on television or any other means. So I think it's very important that more people have access to entrepreneurship and using platforms like YouTube, using platforms like Facebook, like the ads that can be shared on Instagram or Twitter or blogs or any of these resources that connect you to your audience are really important, and I think that we should all use them. So I'm going to continue to do that, but it doesn't help, or it is helpful when I get feedback from you guys, when you engage with me, when you follow me on Instagram, when you follow me on my other platforms, and when you comment on videos like this. So I want to know, what are some of the things that are going to keep you using YouTube, and what are some of the things that you're excited about seeing go away now that a lot of the bots will be gone, a lot of the influencers will be pressed to create content that you're really looking for. And these are some of the things that I'm going to commit to, okay? I'm going to commit to posting more regularly. I'm going to commit to thinking about content that is the most useful for my audience. So my audience being real estate professionals, people who have their own businesses, people who are looking to grow their exposure online, people who are looking to be more successful in their sales process, because anyone can start a business, and they should. I think it's worth giving a try. But the hardest part about having a business is being able to hone sales skills and being able to get out there and get over the fear of asking people to pay you for something. It's very scary to do that. But when you learn to do it correctly, and when you focus on adding value to your clients and customers, it becomes routine to you. And I hope that it will be, because it allows you to live a life that is more flexible and I think more fulfilling. At least for me, it definitely is. So I want to be able to give that to someone else. So that's where my content is definitely going to go. It's focused on helping you to be able to see the trees through the forest of this whole business entrepreneurial thing, and being able to grow your exposure and use different marketing and advertising tools properly so that you can be successful. Of course, I'm going to continue to share information about real estate marketing and real estate sales, the things that I see that are working very well in the market. I will make sure that I make videos about that. But I do intend on continuing to make more videos like this that are not, in my desk. You can see my desk over there. That are not so, edited and definitely thought out, but not so just kind of fresh in here, and hopefully something that you can get to know a little bit about me and the things that are important to me in my business. So we lost our partnership, or we will, on February 20th. I hope that this video answered any questions that you had about what that demonetization is going to look like, what that means for micro influencers, the type of features that we are going to lose and those that we're going to keep, what it is that you can do to try and stay relevant on the platform by providing content that is quality content, providing content that gives value, that isn't clickbait, that really is true to what it is that you're trying to offer to your audience. And also thinking about how YouTube fits into a bigger structure of what it is that you're doing with your business. Because YouTube, again, for the largest influencers out there, it's not their biggest revenue stream. It just isn't. They have other means of bringing in money into their business, into their brand, that YouTube supplements, but it's not the strongest thing. So think about how you can do that as well for your business if you do intend on having a YouTube channel, or have growing it, sustaining it, or jumping into it. Because you might have been one of those people who was thinking, I'm going to start a YouTube channel in 2018. I'm going to put this out there, and that's going to be a part of my goals and marketing scheme for the year. And now you're hit with this. So you might be a little bit discouraged. But I'm telling you that the quality of the content on YouTube is definitely going to increase, even though it may feel really unfair. I think we all feel like, your ego might have been hit in a way, but you're in the same situation that a lot of the YouTubers that you may look up to were in years ago, because monetization was not a normal part of the platform. It really was a surprise to them, and now this is a surprise to us. So we'll roll with the punches and be able to keep it going. So all to say, thank you for following my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here, and thank you for watching this. I hope that this will help you in some way, but also I hope that it lets you understand where I plan to go moving forward. And I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you go forward and flourish. Bye.